Alright, we got a new call coming in. I guess you get what you ask for. Oh, caller, you are on the air with Tollzar's Discount Wisdom for Lost Lovers. Featuring...
Hi, Tollzar.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, caller? How you doing?
Good. This is Liam Tiger Singer.
Wow, just giving it up to us. That easy. I love it, Liam Tiger Singer. You are definitely a supporter of this show.
I love what you do, Tollzar, and I actually haven't called in before, but a very specific question occurred to me.
Go ahead. I'm here. Fully yours.
Well, basically, I want to know if you believe in Bigfoot.
Interesting. Now, can I clarify something with you? Even with the lag on this phone call? Okay. The clarification is this.
And if...
Do you mean literal, in the tangible form Bigfoot? Or do you mean believing in Bigfoot because Bigfoot needs to be believed in as an archetype?
Well, I'm going to tell you what made me think of the question. And that's that I found this book today I forgot I had. And I bought it in a diner in Whitehall, New York, which is sort of on the way to Vermont. And it's written by, it's a self-published book by a police officer from Whitehall. And it's about his contact with Bigfoot in the 70s and 80s, and about how all these people that he knows has seen Bigfoot. And it's this really sweet kind of matter-of-fact book that's like, listen, I'm not crazy. My friends aren't crazy. We've just all seen this 10-foot tall, 400-pound thing with glowing red eyes that shrieks in the woods.
Are you
sure? What I want to know is, do you literally believe in Bigfoot?
Okay, that makes it clear. I think maybe those people had seen Nancy Pelosi in the woods. I'm not sure. That's a guess. But I don't know if she was around then. But I'm very familiar with Whitehall. They have that incredible Bigfoot statue over there on the right when you're on your way into Vermont. That's carved out of wood.
Yeah, they've embraced being a Bigfoot sighting place now. Yeah. But back in the 70s and 80s, everyone was embarrassed about what they had seen.
I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene was talking about the other day on her live feed. I'm into that conspiracy. No, just joking. That's Cog's job. All right. No, I think the idea of Bigfoot in general, there couldn't be a better time to bring it up. Because not only have we all forgotten about nature, it seems like, but to have a mystery, something larger than us in nature, seems like the right kind of timing to contemplate it. A mystery, a large mystery in nature. Now, I mean, glowing red eyes, I never got that from Bigfoot. Have you ever been to Northern California?
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know, as you go on Highway 1 north of like Fort Bragg, and then you just keep going, there's a major Bigfoot thing going on up there as well. Now, I only mention that because I believe the redwood trees imprints on an archetypal level into the subconscious of the people that live there, that nature is large and mysterious. To have that in Whitehall, New York, is very interesting, and I'd want to know the history of it. Now, I'm not saying I believe in Bigfoot or don't believe in Bigfoot on a tangible level. What I'm saying is, I think there's a lot of meaning there, and I'd want to know what the history of Whitehall is. Did something happen there where a natural disaster or something confused the community in a way that made them think that nature is bigger than they can comprehend, making them a hotbed for that kind of archetypal imprint. And so then they actually were able to see Bigfoot because they were conditioned to have their eyes opened. Which brings up a very important point. Maybe we have capacities to see things like Bigfoot in our lives, but we haven't evolved the structures of intake yet. Our eyes are not ready for Bigfoot, and so only a select few that have gone through the right conditions can see it. What do you think of that?
I like that a lot. And I'll tell you, this guy sort of ends the book with musing, sort of wondering, because his father had seen Bigfoot and his son also had an encounter, and he's sort of wondering, why is this in my family lineage to see this creature when so many people don't see it at all who live around here.
Yeah.
And so I think you're really onto something.
I think if it's woven into that ancestral lineage and the genetic makeup, it means that whoever has incarnated into that ancestral lineage can rely upon the probability of seeing Bigfoot and learning the lessons that come from that. That ancestral lineage probably needs to cultivate that kind of belief and that kind of sight, if you know what I mean. And so someone who is born into it chooses it because they know there's a good probability that they will be awoken by Bigfoot. Now, let's look at the name Bigfoot, right? Footprints, big footprints. We can say that encounters with Bigfoot, any that have been seen and talked about, they back up the idea that Bigfoot isn't something to be feared. Otherwise, Bigfoot could rip you to shreds. Otherwise, Nancy Pelosi. Otherwise, Bigfoot Pelosi, with their deep red eyes, would just stand there. In other words, what I'm trying to say, Liam Tiger Singer, is that just like Nancy Pelosi, Bigfoot is all about token gestures and not actual action that is backed by strength. In other words, Bigfoot just wants to make the footprint, wants to make the impression. I wouldn't second guess that Bigfoot would wear some sort of African garment during all the protests, but actually not take concrete, tangible action for society. Because Bigfoot just wants to make that kind of political theater impression. You know what I mean? Bigfoot is Nancy Pelosi.
Sure, man.
It is a footprint in society, but not tangible action.
Wow.
Yeah. And the Loch Ness Monster, I think we know now, is maybe Joe Manchin. All the players are coming out. That's right. That's right. And we know also.
Is this like a lizard people thing? Are we segueing into like a lizard people thing now?
I don't know what we're segueing into, but I want to keep going with this. I think Joe Biden is a vampire because he can't bite into the neck folds of Mitch McConnell. And therefore he's powerless against Mitch McConnell. See what I'm saying? We all know from these quote-unquote mythic creatures. That's right. Anyway, I really do appreciate that reference to Bigfoot and to remind us all that sometimes you just need to witness to see the footprint that leaves an indelible, enduring mark in your consciousness, and it will widen and broaden your perspective of what is possible. And in these days, we need more Bigfoot sightings because we need to understand that nature is mysterious and nature is bigger than us. We are a part of nature, and as we look at our footprints in the snow, at least here in the northeastern Catskill, we can compare it to what could be.
That's beautiful, Tollzar.
Thanks, Liam Tiger Singer. Crouching Liam, hidden tiger singer.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and so did the Sass Boys. Hey, Sass, let's give Liam Tiger Singer something he can groove out to as he hangs up and gets back into the live stream and can hear your music. Thank you, Liam Tiger Singer.
Ooh, sassy.
Sassy.